Hey guys, welcome back to the Simple Ground Homestead. It's been a month and a half or so since I've checked in with you guys, so it's about time to let you know that I'm still alive. Things are still just running mad and crazy here. So yeah, you can see over my shoulder we've made a lot of progress. This thing looks super crazy big and tall. Um, sure looks smaller on paper than it does in reality, but we're making our way. Last time I checked in, we were working on the foundation. We'd gotten the concrete, ended up being 16 ton of dry concrete. I don't know what it would have been, all wet and mixed, that we'd hauled and dumped and poured. Man, that was a lot of work. It was crazy. Um, and then we kind of hit, I don't want to call it a standstill, but we were kind of stopped a little while. There's been a little bit of a lumber shortage, especially pressure treated stuff. And so it was about 2.5, 3 weeks from the time we ordered our wood to the time that it actually came in. It was kind of a crazy ordeal, but we weren't sitting around. This whole project has been really hard. Audrey and I have been trying to learn what, like what all the processes are, try to get all the codes in our minds and everything before we actually do each job. So it's a lot of studying in the evening and at nights, and any of those moments we're waiting on material, and then we're just nose to the grindstone when we can, just to get this thing dried in before the rain happens. And that 2.5, 3 week setback for the lumber, we're really feeling it. But I'm trying to kick my butt in gear. Audrey reminded me that I'd need to pick up the camera and show you guys a little bit of what we're up to, the progress we've made. So here it is. Thanks for being patient. So I'm walking through some of the piles of lumber. We've had a few little mini rainstorms, and being an Idaho guy, I just can't leave it out in the rain and the sun. So we've got a big tarp from our yurt build still that I'm using to cover everything. The sun, of course, is right in the way, so it's going to be kind of tricky to show you. But the way we have it all set up is we're going to go from the door to our new structure, from the door of our yurt to the new structure. I've got to build some walls there and a new roof system. That'll be kind of cool. We were going to just leave the porch roof the way it was, but we made a few modifications to the plan, and we're kind of liking what we're going with. So yeah, if I step a few steps into the structure a little ways, you can see it's going to be this cool corridor between the yurt and the house here, and big wide opening, kind of this weird triangular, or it's not going to be a parallelogram by any stretch. Just to make it into this space. And then we have one door that'll go out to a deck. Behind me there's some beautiful giant windows. This tank isn't going to stay there, of course. That's just temporary water storage, emergency water storage. But we're going to have this big open view, very important to us. You know, on this side it's going to add to the view out to the east. And yeah, we've got this big beam that's holding the upper story. We're excited about that. You know, it kind of works its way across. We've got a stairway in between. It's been a really fun project. It's been a lot of head scratching, and we're feeling pretty excited about how it's coming along. Even though you could probably tell in my eyes and everything, it's been a lot of work. We're kind of tired. We're really worn out. Working. The other thing too, I need to throw this out there, with the new school year and COVID still being alive and happy in our county, it's actually, the numbers have been exploding where we live, which isn't great. But because of all of those things, school is starting at home, and of course, if you guys remember, Audrey's still working, So I'm taking over the kids' schooling, and that's been another thing that's made it almost impossible for me to do extra videos. I guess I can't compare myself to other YouTubers. I know there's people out there that can just do amazing things, but that's not me. So we're building a house, and I'm playing school teacher, homeschool school teacher, and still figuring all of those little intricacies out. And I think it's working. I think it's working out, but it means you guys are seeing me less. So I hope you forgive me for all of that. The sun is that way. I wonder if I can point this at the garden. So it's been a dry couple of months. Our garden's drying out, but it's relatively happy. If I walk myself over there, hopefully you guys don't mind a little bit longer video. It means you can see the garden and stuff. Things have been drying out. Our spring and our well kind of dries out during the dry season, so we can't pull a lot of water off of it for irrigating. Well, we try to be water conscious, and we usually pull a lot of water off of our roof when it rains, but we've got that system kind of taken apart for our addition, so our water situation's kind of, we're using it for us, and things are drying out in the garden. I was going to show you while I walk past, our chickens are happy and alive and well. We've got a few chicks. I don't have a good camera to show you what's going on, but you can see them kind of walking into the shot here. Two of our hens got broody, and we had 7 chicks hatch, and they've been happy and alive and well and growing well, so that's exciting. That's actually just the perfect number for us. We don't want a giant batch of chickens yet, so we have just the appropriate number to fill in for any of the old hens as they get older and stop producing. We'll see how many of these little guys are the boys, and we can put some in the freezer. Anyway, our garden's looking pretty good. We've got a ton of tomatoes coming on right now, which doing my best to keep them as wet as I can keep them. Right along the edge here, we've got these crazy, massive, beautiful Scarlet Runner beans. They've outproduced what we can eat, and next year I'll put more away. But this year, it is what it is. We've got some yummy peppers growing. They're showing signs of dehydration here. They're getting a little stressed, water stress here. So I need to irrigate them a little bit. We had our early apple tree produce a ton of apples. We're excited about that. And we've got apples coming along on our 2 normal apple trees. I don't know if you could see way out in the distance on the other side of the fence. There's a lot of apples growing on that tree too. Pears and plums didn't do so great, and so it is what it is. But we've actually gotten a lot out of our garden for being so distracted, focused on our addition project. So that's kind of what things are looking like from here. I guess I can turn over from the garden view back to the house. You can see a little bit what that looks like from this side, but I have to get in a position where you can actually see it. So yeah, you can probably hear the stress and the tiredness in my voice. Things have been stressful and tiring, but it's kind of a full, rich life. I've been telling myself over and over, Tolkien, it's a Tolkien quote, you know, don't spoil the wonder with haste. Anytime I get way stressed out and I just feel like I'm pushing myself too hard and dying off, I just remind myself that there is some special wonder in building and enjoying the crazy build, you know, and I've been doing the best I can at that. But anyway, you can see the structure here is really quite tall. It feels really tall, especially because we have it on the post and pier foundation, so we have an extra 2 feet of beams and joists and stuff that make the structure feel quite tall. Audrey and I just keep looking at it and thinking, yeah, maybe we designed it just to be a little too tall. But you know, you live and learn. We're not architects by trade, and I think when we actually have the roof on and everything, it'll fit together relatively well with the square yurt structure, or the round yurt structure. Anyway, my video's dragging on. I'm sure I feel a little bit like I'm rambling to you guys, but really I just wanted to let you all know that we're alive, we're doing well, we think about you often, and we hope that you're doing well still. We have those regular commenters and so on that chime in, and I just hope you guys are alive and happy and not feeling burnt out and stuff like most of the world is with the COVID pandemic going on. Wish you all the best, and we appreciate your patience with us while we're not giving these regular updates. But we do intend to continue in the future, especially in the winter time. So, wishing you all the best. Thanks for being part of our journey, and until next time, take care.